Mira has a beautiful spirit. She has one of the strongest and most outstanding spirits that I have ever seen in a human being. And every time I hear her story, I am inspired.
So one evening I played a game of cards and drank a couple glasses of wine. My friend jumped up and said, I gotta go home. And so I thought, well, I should do that too, shouldn't I? And anyway, I got in the car and I thought about my mother's voice again. I know I shouldn't do this. She's usually right when she tells me to do something, and I go against it and I fall on my face. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll put on my seatbelt. I didn't slow down at all, but I was wearing a seatbelt, which saved my life. I was going to high school and I got my first part-time job when I was 14, so I was able to stash a little money away and saved up for my first car, which I bought a couple weeks before I graduated from high school. And I listened to my mother, I didn't drive it until I got my license. But it was such a sweet 85 Honda Civic, bright red with a sunroof and a stereo in it. And here I brought it to my graduation, walked off the graduation stage, and from here I went to get in my car with a couple of friends, and my mom comes up to the window and she begged me not to take it. She said, come on, just let me bring it home for the night, and you can come home and drive it all day tomorrow. And I was like, no way. I was going to my first party on my own wheels, so I thought, I can't give that up. And so I was thrilled, I was going out to have a good night. And I was flaming around the outside of a corner on a dirt road, spun out on the gravel, and rolled my sweet little car over this boulder. And I flew out my window on this side and just flew through a somersault and jumped up and thought, better hide the case of beer before the cops find it, my father had come up for my graduation, and he only does that once in a blue moon, so he wasn't there to punish me or scold me or tell me right from wrong, So when I suggested to him we spend that Sunday and go pick up that case of beer I stashed, we went and got it. And went back to working, saving money, and doing carpentry with my father. And here I am cleaning an attic of some friends of his who were moving. So he was paying me like $15 an hour to do stuff like this. Here I'm modeling for a local photographer. She would pay me like $15-20 an hour to go out, and she would just take pictures of me. There was an artist in Montpelier, and she was actually the mother of a friend of mine. But she would pay me like $10 an hour to sit and she would paint. And after my mom saw how I'd gone back to work, she felt sure I must really be learning my lesson. 2 weeks after this shot was taken, I had that friend show up and offer me some wine. We drank a little wine and I got in the car. That evening after I drank the wine, I was in this car for 5 or 6 hours before they found me at like 6 in the morning. And this was a period when I really began to learn my lesson. Here I am comatose. Doctors didn't have any predictions or any theories about how long it would last. They would tell my mother every day, she could wake up tomorrow. My whole family stayed by my side. One sister was going to college right across the street at UVM, and the other sister was living in Seattle. But this happened, and she just jumped on a plane with her whole life and moved back to Vermont. I just don't ever see them without seeing the clear pain that they've experienced in me, and that they probably still do.
How long did your recovery take?
I'm still in it. My mother has been my idol, really, you know. I mean, she's the nagging mom who drove me crazy, but she has been my lifeline. She stayed in the Ronald McDonald house next door to the hospital, but she would come to my room every day and hang pictures from home, and because she just insisted that I was going to come out. And when I did, she didn't want me to be in a foreign, sterile environment. This was my best friend all the way through high school, you know, from 8th grade on. We still know each other, but we don't hang out like we once did. This is a weird feeling. After being in a bed for 2 months, stepping into water, and there I am doing yoga. The first winter, I couldn't walk. I didn't have any balance. So we decided not to stay in Vermont winter, you know, doing that. And we went to the Southwest. Here I am, just starting to get back on my feet again. It's required constant effort to get forward another step. And they've been relatively painful steps. But you know, I feel so grateful to be given another second opportunity. So it's more about paying attention and slowing down enough to figure it out yourself.
How long exactly has it been from the accident till now?
This is embarrassing. It's taken me 17 years to get over being 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
The
My
accident?
brain bled for a month,
Oh,
and I was out for 2.5. Well, not out. The first month I was out black and just nothing, and I have a vague memory of that. And then the second month my eyes opened and I saw everything, and I slept and I watched. I could hear myself screaming in my brain, and I saw my heart crying. After that second month of my eyes just being wide open was the third month when my mom started to sense that I was ready to make that move outward. And so I've been slowly regaining speed and building myself up ever since. And it takes a lot of acceptance, and you just can't go any faster, you know.